Every man who ever doubted me became a stepping stone. Every door they closed in front of me became a road out. Every word they said to break me down became the fuel I burned. And everything they tried to hide from me, I took back and earned. I used to pray against them, pray they change or go away. Now I thank the Lord for every single one of them today. Thank God for my enemies. They sharpened every edge I have. Thank God for my enemies. They showed me what I lacked. They pushed me past the limits of the man I used to be. Thank God for every enemy who didn't believe in me. I had built for 7 years, the woman who betrayed the plan before it could appear, the mentor who dismantled what he spent his lifetime teaching. They all became the architects. I'm reaching. I don't wish them harm. I don't want their downfall now. I just want to live the answer to the question of the doubt. Thank God for my enemies. They gave me what no friend could give. I thank them all again. You can't be forged without the heat. You can't be sharpened without friction. Every trial was a teacher, every loss was a decision that made me exactly that. They made it for my ending, but God made it for my rising. And I roll, and I roll, and I roll, and I roll, and I roll. My grandfather came with nothing but his name. He built his world with both his hands through fire and shame. They called our family crooked, called our blood a curse. But every man I've met in church has done far worse. He told me on his deathbed, with a candle burning low, there are two kinds of honor, son, the kind they see and the kind you know. There is blood on the marble where the innocent have knelt. There are prayers in the darkness for the hands that mercy dealt. We are not the villains that they wrote about in books. We are fathers, we are brothers, they just never thought to look. Blood on the marble. I named my firstborn after every man I had to break. I kept a record of each choice and what was truly at stake. Not proud of every chapter, not ashamed of what I am. A man is what his circumstances built him. Understand. They light their candles for the saints and spit upon our doors, but behind their holy silence they have done far worse than war. There is blood on the marble where the innocent have knelt. There are prayers in the darkness for the hands that mercy dealt. We are not the villains that they wrote about in books. We are fathers, we are brothers, they just never thought to look. My father said, loyalty is not a word, it is a life. Silence is not weakness, it is a sharpened knife. And a man who breaks his word has already died. He just hasn't stopped breathing yet inside. We bled for this ground, we prayed for this life, and still they call us animals, and still they sharpen the knife. There is blood on the marble where the innocent have knelt. There are prayers in the darkness for the hands that mercy dealt. We are not the villains that they wrote about in books. We are fathers, we are brothers. Take a closer look. Blood on the marble. Blood on the marble. I've been right about most things, say that without apology. I've built enough to know the shape of what I know. But there was one time, one specific winter in my late 30s, where I was wrong in a way that took 5 years to show. I thought I understood a man because I'd studied him for seasons. I thought the reading I had done was close enough to truth. I acted on that confidence without the margin for the error, and it cost me more than I had planned to lose. The one time I was wrong was the most expensive lesson. The one time I was wrong was the most useful session of everything I've learned in 40 years of careful moving. The one time I was wrong is the thing I'm still improving from. I didn't hide from it, I sat inside the consequence directly. I didn't make excuses for the calculation that had failed. I took apart exactly where the thinking had gone sideways, and I rebuilt the whole methodology from what it had unveiled. I'm telling you this plainly because the man I wanna be is honest about the limits of what he thought he knew. The most dangerous thing walking is a man who's never been wrong, who hasn't built the muscle of accounting for the cost. Don't be that man. The one time I was wrong taught me how to be more right. The one time I was wrong turned the error into light. I don't celebrate the mistake, but I honor what it gave. The one time I was wrong made me someone worth the page. If I could send a word back to the boy I used to be, standing at the corner of the life he couldn't see, I wouldn't change the hard parts, I'd just change the frame. I'd tell him what looks like destruction has another name. I tell him trust the silence more than anything they say. I tell him the men who leave the quickest, let them go today. I tell him build your patience like you're building stone on stone, and learn the difference between being lonely and alone. Letter to a younger man, didn't know the plan, who thought the storm was punishment instead of reprimand, for something greater waiting on the other side of fear. Letter to a younger man, I wish that you could hear. I tell him every enemy will teach you something true. I tell him the ones who doubt your work, and let them review. I tell him love the people who will look you in the eye, and walk beside the darkness without asking you to lie. Most of all, I tell him you're gonna be tested in ways that don't seem fair, in ways that feel like ending. Hold on, just hold on. What's coming is worth everything that's going. As alone as you believed, you were never as broken as you feared. Everything you needed, you already had. You just couldn't see it from in there. Letter to a younger man who carried more than he should, who thought the weight meant something wrong when it meant something good, who learned that scars are just the proof that you were here and real. Letter to a younger man, from the man you had to build. Everybody's in a hurry to collect what's owed to them. They bang on doors and raise their voice and wonder why they can't get in. But I have learned a different kind of currency in life, kind that earns its interest slow, much sharper than a knife. My grandfather said, boy, the Lord works slow, and the devil has more patience than you'll ever know. The devil has patience, he don't rush his move. He sits across the table with a stillness you can't groove. He pours his drink real easy, he don't show you what he knows. And when you think you want it all, that's when the devil shows. I watched a man who ruined me build 5 years of pride. I watched him sleep in comfort, watched him laugh inside. I watched him till I knew the shape of every wall he made. Then I picked the one foundation, and I let it all cascade. They call me patient, call me cold, they say I don't react. I say I'm just a student of the art of striking back. The devil has patience, he don't rush his move. He sits across the table with a stillness you can't groove. He pours his drink real easy, he don't show you what he knows. And when you think you want it all, that's when the devil shows. There's a chair at every table that nobody wants to take. It sits at the head of the room, and it don't negotiate. I took that chair at 30, I've been sitting in it since. And every man who thought to move me learned the cost of arrogance. Thought you had more time, you thought I wasn't watching. The devil has patience, boy, and patience just ran out. He just showed his mood. Everything you built up was built from me to you. father told me never draw your gun unless you mean to end it. And every man deserves one chance to leave before you send it. I sat across from men who begged and men who tried to lie. I poured them all a glass of wine and looked them in the eye. This life was never what I chose, it chose me from the start. I learned to keep my hands real clean by hardening my heart. I am the last of a dying kind, a gentleman with a criminal mind. I live by codes that the world forgot. I give what's earned and I take what's not. The last gentleman. They call it organized, but there ain't nothing organized in grief. When you bury men who trusted you and call yourself a chief. I iron my suit every morning like my father showed me how. Some rituals remind you what you swore and what you vowed. They see the suit, they see the cane, they see the silver ring. They never see the boy who lost everything to be this thing. I am the last of a dying kind, a gentleman with a criminal mind. I live by codes that the world forgot. I give what's earned and I take what's not. The last gentleman. You wanna know the cost of all this power? Every quiet room, every sleepless hour, every name I carry like a stone beneath my chest, every deal I made just to outlast the rest. I gave everything and still they wanted more. I bled on every floor and still they called for war. Give what's hurt and I take what's not. The last gentleman. built our empires on the opposite sides of the same dark city. Started from the same hunger, ended in a different committee. I knew your name before you knew mine. That was by design. You studied the map of the territory. I studied the man behind the line. Now we're sitting at the same table, same drink, same room. Two kings who both know exactly how this ends. And too soon, two kings at the same table, two codes that cannot reconcile, two men who respect each other across an impossible mile. We built the same kind of empire with the same kind of blood and cost. Two kings at the same table, knowing one of us is already lost. I don't hate you, I want that said before whatever comes. I hate the mathematics of the situation, not what you've become. You're the version of me that took a different road at 22. And I'm the version you'd have been if certain things broke through. Two mirrors facing each other in a room with no escape. We both see the reflection, we both know what's at stake. Two kings at the same table, two codes that cannot reconcile, two men who understand each other across an impossible mile. If we were different men in a different time, we might have built something worth seeing. But the city doesn't bend for sentiment, and neither do we. I respect you. That's why this is so cold. This ends alone. I made an oath in a room with no windows to men who would hold it until they were dust. I placed my hand on a language of silence and swore to the things that a man swears in trust. Not God, not country, not law as they write it, but something more ancient than all of that weight. The code that was handed from father to father, the oath that arrives at the end, never late. They say oaths are broken, they say codes are fiction. They've never stood in the room where it's real. This is the oath I was given and kept. This is the code that I carried while others slept. This is the weight that I chose at the door. This is the life of a man who swore not to be righteous, not to be clean, but to be what he said and to mean what he means. This is the oath and it holds me still past the grave of the men and past the code of the will. I've seen men break it, I have seen what it costs. I have watched the unsworn build their houses on frost, and I have seen them collapse when the season came cold, because a man without an oath has nothing to hold. Not judge of others, just keeper of mine. The oath doesn't care about your bottom line. This is the oath I was given and kept. This is the code that I carried when others slept. This is the weight that I welcomed at the door. This is the life of a man who swore. When they ask what I stood for, I won't have to think. It was never about the empire or the power or the drink. It was about the word I gave in a room with no light, and the fact that 40 years later I kept it tonight. I kept the oath. I kept the oath. When it cost me everything, I kept the oath. And that kept the oath. That is my everything. Of a man who never put the oath down. Never put it down. Never put it down. Revenge is a fire. It burns and it's finished. Justice is a river. It takes exactly the time it needs. Revenge is the sound of a man losing patience. Justice is the sound of a man who proceeds without announcing. I've watched men burn their enemies in anger and in public, and spend the next decade rebuilding what the fire cost them too. The man who chases vengeance trades his future for a moment. Justice asks you not to rush and does the work for you. Justice is patient. She doesn't need your help to arrive. Justice is patient. She only asks that you survive long enough to witness the mathematics of the truth. Justice is patient, and she charges compound interest on what's due. I built my life beside this principle and tested it in winter. I watched the men who wronged me build and overreach and fall. I never moved against them, I just moved without them in the picture. And justice did what justice does, which is takes care of all. There is a discipline required in choosing not to strike, when every instinct in your body tells you now is right. That discipline is everything that separates the kinds of men who end up in the history from the ones who end the same as them. Justice is patient, and I have learned to be the same. Justice is patient, and patience is the longer game. I don't need to see it happen, I don't need to be the cause. Justice is patient, so am I. And that is the last law. I have been silent for 60 years about the things that cost me sleep. I kept my mouth shut in the rooms where men decided what to keep. I watched them build their stories on the rubble of the truth, and I stayed quiet, God forgive me, from the day I lost my youth. 60 years of silence, that's a long time not to speak. 60 years of carrying what the honest call antique. I don't regret the living, I regret the things unsaid. 60 years of silence, son, follow someone else instead. Oh, I had a and a family they never knew. I had a life inside the daylight and a life in darker hues. I convinced myself that keeping quiet was protecting everyone, but silence is a selfish thing when it's the only thing you've done. 60 years of silence, that's a weight no man should own. 60 years of keeping every secret carved in stone. The things I never told her, the names I never said. 60 years of silence, son, don't end up here instead. I'm telling you this now, not because it saves me, but because you're standing where I stood at your age, and you still have the choice that I didn't take. Keep one person in this world you tell the truth to. Just one. Don't be like me. Keeping all the weight that wasn't fair. I built a wall of nothing, and I called it discipline. 60 years of silence, son, don't let that be your hymn. There was a version of my life that looked a certain way. A bigger room, a longer table, more men doing what I say. I was almost there, the door was barely inches from my hand, when I looked back and saw the only thing I'd ever planned. The kitchen lit in yellow, and a voice I recognized as the only thing that mattered if I stripped away the lies. I turned around from everything I'd spent a decade chasing, and I walked back into ordinary, and I call it amazing. This is the one I chose instead of everything I could have been. This is the life I picked above the empire and the dream. I don't know if I got it right by the measures men keep score, but I know that I chose this, and I choose this evermore. The men I knew who took the throne, I watched them from a distance, Some built more than I did, some lost more than they'd admit. I raised my children in a house that always smelled like dinner. And I don't think I lost the game, I think I changed what winning meant. The empire would have taken what I gave to her instead. The throne would have required the very thing I valued more than any crown could ever pay me back. Quiet devastation, not sadness, just truth. I chose this, I would choose this every single time. This is the one I chose instead. Not the lesson, just the real. This is the life that cost me everything that I was glad to feel. Not the story that they write about, not the name they carve in stone, but the one that called me back every time I wandered from home. You were the first man I admired, who wasn't just a fantasy. You had the way of reading rooms I wanted you to teach to me. I watched how you moved between the men who had the power and the door. I studied every choice you made, I wanted to become more. Then I started being more, and you became a different thing. And the lesson you taught best of all was what a threatened teacher brings. The teacher's sin is fear of what the student has become. The teacher's sin is burning what he spent his lifetime building from. You gave me every tool I have, and then you used them against me. The teacher's sin is teaching, son, and then becoming the enemy. I think about the afternoon you told them what I planned. I think about the calculation, how deliberate, how planned. You smiled at me 2 days before and called me your best work, then dismantled every structure I had built, deliberate and curt. I don't know what you feared most, that I'd surpass or that I'd fail. Either way, the ending was the same. The teacher turned the nail. The teacher's sin is fear of what the student has become. The teacher's sin is burning everything the lessons had begun. I won't be angry here. You don't deserve my anger. You deserve something much worse, which is my absolute indifference. Everything you built in me, I used, just not for you. The teacher's sin is what he did. The student's response is this: I built a world from what you gave me, and you're not on the list.
You sat beside me at the table that I built. You wore my trust like armor, felt no guilt. I handed you the keys to everything I made. You used them to unlock the door to my own grave. A man can take a bullet and survive the wound, but betrayal from a brother leaves a different kind of ruin. Even kings must kneel before the weight of what they've lost. Even stone must crack beneath the cold, relentless frost. I've been where the loyal turn to wolves without a warning sign. Even kings must kneel, but not for long, not this time. I watched you at my funeral, dressed in mourning black. You cried the kind of tears only a traitor cries, in fact. I stood among the shadows and I let the moment shine. Sometimes the most powerful thing a man can do is leave. They said I should have seen it coming. Maybe that is true, but I was too busy building what you planned to take from me and you. Even kings must kneel before the weight of what they've lost. Even stone must crack beneath the cold, relentless frost. I've been where the loyal turn to wolves without a warning sign. Even kings must kneel, but not for long, not this time. Lord knows I tried to keep my ask me now if I regret the road that I have walked. I pour my drink in silence. Kings don't talk. Became a stepping stone. Every door they closed in front of me became a road out. Every word they said to break me down became the fuel I burned. And everything they tried to take from me, I took back and earned. I used to pray against them, pray they'd change or go away. Now I thank the Lord for every single one of them today. Thank God for my enemies. They sharpened every edge I have. Thank God for my enemies. They showed me what I lacked. They pushed me past the limits of the man I used to be. Thank God for every enemy who didn't believe in me. Yeah. Hey. The man who took the contract I had built for 7 years. The woman who betrayed the plan before it could appear. The mentor who dismantled what he spent his lifetime teaching. They all became the architects of everything I'm reaching. I don't wish them harm. I don't want their downfall now. I just want to live the answer to the question of the doubt. Thank God for my enemies. They gave me what no friend could give. Thank God for my enemies. They taught me how to live in the fire of opposition, in the cold of their disdain. Thank God for every enemy. I thank them all again. You can't be forged without the heat. You can't be sharpened without friction. Every trial was a teacher. Every loss was a decision that made me exactly this. They meant it for my ending. They meant it for my ending. But God meant it. But God meant it for my rising. And I rose. And I rose. And I rose. And I Oh, thank God If I could send a word back to the boy I used to be, standing at the corner of the life he couldn't see, I wouldn't change the hard parts, I'd just change the frame. I'd tell him what looks like destruction has another name. I tell him trust the silence more than then they say. I tell him the men who leave the quickest, let them go today. I tell him build your patience like you're building stone on stone, and learn the difference between being lonely and alone. Letter to a younger man, didn't know the plan, who thought the storm was punishment instead of reprimand, for something greater waiting on the other side of fear. Letter to a younger man, I wish that you could hear. I tell him every enemy will teach you something true. I tell them the ones who doubt you, work and let them review. I tell him love the people who will look you in the eye and walk beside the darkness without asking you to lie. Most of all, I tell him you're gonna be tested in ways that don't seem fair, in ways that feel like ending. Hold on, just hold on. What's coming is worth everything that's going. You are never as alone as you believe. You are never as broken as you feared. Everything you needed, you already had. You just couldn't see it from in there. Letter to a younger man who carried more than he should, who thought the weight meant something wrong when it meant something good, who learned that scars are just the proof that you were here and real. Letter to a younger man, from the man you had to build. yourself the story that you won. You raised a glass above the ashes, thought that we were done. But wolves don't fall, they learn the ground. And wolves don't mourn, they turn around. I don't carry grief the way that broken people do. I carry it like ammunition, and I'm aiming it at you. Wolves don't mourn, they evolve. Wolves don't beg, they resolve. Everything you thought you buried, everything you thought you burned, is standing at your door right now, with everything it earned. Wolves don't mourn. You built your life on top of what you stole from where I stood. You told the world your version, and it sounded pretty good. But stories have a weight to them, they bend beneath the truth. And I've been patient long enough, now watch what I can do. I studied every move you made, while you forgot my name. Now everything you think is yours is part of a different game. Wolves don't mourn, they evolve. Wolves don't beg, they resolve. Everything you thought you buried, everything you thought you burned, is standing at your door right now, with everything it earned. You made one mistake. You assumed that I was done. You looked away too early, before the damage was undone. You should have finished what you started. You should have never let me breathe. Because a wounded wolf in winter is the last thing you should leave. I am what you made me, and you made me without a leash. She poured my coffee without asking how I took it. After the second morning, she just knew. She never asked me where I'd been the night before. Just moved around the kitchen, quiet and true. She found the things I kept inside the lining of my coat. She put them back and never said a word. Some women run from what they find inside a man like me. She was the only one who stayed, and that I heard she knew what I was, and she stayed anyway. She knew what the nights cost, and she greeted every day. She never asked me to be something I was not. She just loved the broken parts of me that the rest of the world forgot. She knew what I was. I tried to build a wall between her and the work I did, pretend that there were two of me. She saw right through it. She said one night while I was leaving, come back in one piece. I said I always do. She said so far. I never deserved the way she looked at me, with full eyes and no accusation. I never deserved the grace of a woman who understood the complication. And I would burn every empire I built to have her back for one more and she stayed. I came back in November with a different kind of quiet, the kind that doesn't fill a room the way it used to do. I shook the hands of people who had memorized my stories, but couldn't find the man inside, the face they thought they knew. coffee tasted different than the house he made for someone who laughed the way I laughed before I learned what silence caused. I sat beside the window for a winter without speaking and cataloged the inventory of what had been lost. What the war left was a man who couldn't tell you. What the war left was a room he couldn't fill. What the war left was a discipline to carry. What the war left and carry still. They gave me medals for the things I wish had happened different. They gave me words that covered up the parts they couldn't name. I put the medals in a box and put the box inside the closet, because a piece of tin was never gonna carry the weight of the same. I don't ask for understanding from the ones who weren't beside me. I just ask for enough quiet to hear myself again. Because underneath the damage, underneath the winter, there's still a man in here who remembers who he was. I just wanna be him again, even for one moment. I just wanna be him again. Silence, stain, silence. What the war left was a man who decided that surviving wasn't the same as living, and started the longer work of finding out the difference. Of finding out the difference. Revenge is a fire, it burns and it's finished. Justice is a river, it takes exactly the time it needs. Revenge is the sound of a man losing patience. Justice is the sound of a man who proceeds without announcing. I've watched men burn their enemies in anger and in public, and spend the next decade rebuilding what the fire cost them too. The man who chases vengeance trades his future for a moment. Justice asks you not to rush and does the work for you. Justice is patient, She doesn't need your help to arrive. Justice is patient. She only asks that you survive long enough to witness the mathematics of the truth. Justice is patient, and she charges compound interest on what's due. I built my life beside this principle and tested it in winter. I watched the men who wronged me build and overreach and fall. I never moved against them, I just moved without them in the picture. And justice did what justice does, which is takes care of all. There is a discipline required in choosing not to strike, when every instinct in your body tells you now is right. That discipline is everything that separates the kinds of men who end up in the history from the ones who end the same as them. Justice is patient, and I have learned to be the same. Justice is patient, and patience is the longer game. I don't need to see it happen, I don't need to be the cause. Justice is patient, so am I. And that is the last law.